A shock wave erupts through the stillness, a flash of light. The earth trembles, dust and grit roar upward like ghosts of battle, and in that instant you see him, a soldier standing defiantly, half buried in the sands of war, his face slick with sweat and the heat of the explosion. He breathes, heavy and ragged, as though the blast has carved his lungs anew. The camera closes in on his eyes, raw, alive, haunted, and you feel the thunder of his heartbeat in your own chest. In the quiet that follows, the desert hush grips him. Every grain of sand glows with the aftermath of violence. He wipes grit from his teeth, the metallic taste of fear still lingering. His helmet echoes with the distant clang of gear, straps sliding softly over fatigues. A sudden gust sends a swirl of sand across his boots. It grits between the seams of his gear and whispers of every step taken, every moment survived. He's part of something deeper than uniform and mission. He is the untold story of warriors who move in shadows, the unseen edge of courage. His radio crackles, letters and codes flowing like silent prayers. He advances into the darkness beyond the front line, knowing full well what stands behind him. Loss, memory, the emptiness left by friends who did not return. The world knows heroes in broad daylight, but these soldiers, they operate when the moon is a pale witness and the wind carries the hush of danger. They grapple with their own fear, heart pounding like a war drum under body armor, an inner warning bell that never quite stops. They sense the presence of death before it arrives, feel the pressure of unseen eyes watching through thermal sights, hear the faint click of the trigger before the round leaves the barrel. Imagine a hallway of abandoned warehouses in a foreign land, the echoes of boots, the rasp of breath. One door swings open. The beam of a flashlight cuts through choking darkness. The soldier steps forward, crouched, senses sharp. His gloved hand touches cold concrete, the walls stained with years of conflict and trauma. He pauses. The moment stretches. Silence, then the decision, go. In the sudden flash of tungsten light, the enemy reveals himself, then vanishes again. The scent of gunpowder hangs thick, like sulfur after lashings of flame. The soldier's pulse skyrockets. Time fractures. 1 second expands into a lifetime, then collapses back into the motion of combat. He fires. The recoil jostles his frame. A grunt of pain escapes him as shrapnel kisses his arm. The world tilts. He stays upright. Outside, the desert night is starless, a black sea stretching into unknown. He lies prone, rifle at the ready, the silence broken only by distant mortar fire, fading and then abrupt. He listens, waits, every nerve tuned to the raw geometry of danger. Footsteps on gravel, the crackle of static, the hum of the horizon. In this vast emptiness, he is small, and yet he is everything. Several hundred miles away, back home, someone lights a candle at a family's kitchen table. The memory of this soldier echoes there. The tick of the clock is their heartbeat too. He's fighting so they may sleep. They're waiting so they may breathe. The connection is unseen, but it's there. In every letter mailed, in every faded photograph, in the silence of longing. A convoy rumbles through a mountainous pass at dawn. A thin line of orange sun splits the peaks. Engines roar, dust cloud trailing like a phantom. The soldier sits upright in the back of a transport vehicle, helmet off for a moment, hair matted, face bruised, but the world beyond still calls. He stares into nothingness, yet hears everything. The laughter of comrades gone, the shout of orders, the clink of coffee in the mess tent. The first time he felt the cold bite of fear in his throat. At the pass's edge, an IED explodes. Earth and rock fly upward in shards. He leaps from the vehicle. Roll, stab of pain, pop of adrenaline flooding his veins. He grits his teeth, the shockwave hammering his eardrums, the ground tilting beneath him. He knows the score. Catastrophe can strike in a heartbeat. He stands, lurches forward, leads his team through chaos, voice calm, measured, but in his gut the storm rages. They clear the pass. They secure the route. They move on. because not moving is not an option. In his pack, a photo of a child, a note from a loved one, a worn medallion. They ground him. They remind him of why he stays the course. But even this anchor doesn't prevent the nights he lies awake, the ceiling above him blank, the only lights those of memory flickering. So many friends, so many faces gone. In the camp's quiet hour, he raises his rifle to clean it by lamplight. The oil shines in gentle pools. He rubs his hands over the cold metal, thinks of the cost of each bullet, each mission. The gears of war tick softly in the background. Then he pauses. The murmured roll call of his unit, the empty chair, the silence behind it. His breath catches. Morning brings helicopter blades whirring, the smell of fuel and sweat, the heavy fabric of a mission brief. The soldier listens. The destination, a village on the far side of the valley. The risk, high. The unknown, absolute. He straps on his gear. He scans the faces of his team, some smiling weakly, some stone-faced, each carrying stories that will not be told. They step into the haze of dawn, shadows moving like ghosts between light and threat. They move with precision. They move in silence, step after step, inch by inch, through wheat fields and dusty roads, eyes darting, rifles raised. The air is stale, warmed by the sun. A rifle bolt clicks. A mother screams. A child cries. The soldier hears it all. His heart lurches, not from fear, but because the stakes are not abstract. They are human. They are blood, breath, life. He opens his mind to the chaos. He lets fear in, but he keeps moving. Because courage isn't the absence of fear. It's the refusal to let fear stop you. He thinks of home, but home also belongs here now. In every civilian he protects, in every minute he buys for a stranger's normal life. He isn't just fighting for, he is fighting with. And then comes the end game. The enemy nest looms at the edge of the woods. The light filters through broken leaves, the air thick with humidity and the hum of insects. The soldier crouches. The order cracks. Go. His voice inside his head chants, go. And then they enter. Muzzle flashes, rounds whiz, his ears hammer. 2 comrades down. He drags one to cover, fires the other hand grip, his body on autopilot, sacrifice for the man next to him. The fire grows. Smoke climbs like living darkness. In that smoke he finds clarity. This is what they signed up for. This is what they live for. The call is deeper than medal or flag. It is the duty to stand while others turn away, to shoulder the weight of fear so others may walk free. The cost is high, the cost is mortal, but so is the cause. When the battle ends, the landscape lies open. Dawn breaks again, pale and gentle. The soldier sits with his rifle at his side, boots caked in mud, jacket ripped, the dust still rising. He stares at the horizon where peace should begin, his heart still pounding, his body still trembling. He thinks of voices lost and cheers withheld, of home waiting, and of the vow he made in silence. He rises. He pulls the photo from his pack and pockets it. He looks toward the rising sun. He breathes the air of victory mixed with sorrow, for the price exacted, for the lives given, for the friends who never returned. He moves forward. This is not legend, this is reality. This is the face of the warriors behind the stories. They are unseen, they are essential, they are the silent guardians of hope. And in the quiet that follows, when the cameras stop rolling, when the medals rest in boxes, when the band plays and the crowds fade, he stands alone under the sky and recalls a single truth. Courage is most real when no one sees it. Sacrifice is most sacred when no one applauds it. And a warrior's heart still beats long after the war has ended.